In pari delicto is the bane of bankruptcy trustees. It's from the Latin and it means in equal fault. The doctrine was born back in late medieval England when one thief sued another thief to recover that thief's share of the stolen goods. Essentially, the English court said, "Who are you kidding? Equity's not going to do any such of a thing. You're both at fault, you're both thieves, and we're not going to help one bad person sue another bad person." Along with the adoption of our Constitution, that doctrine of English equity was, of course, imported to the United States. And under the old Bankruptcy Act, the doctrine infected bankruptcy trustees. And I suppose perhaps properly so, because under the Bankruptcy Act, a trustee stepped into the shoes of the debtor, and all defenses against the debtor were also good against the trustee. Of course, under the Bankruptcy Code, it's different, perhaps a lot different. The trustee no longer takes title to estate assets. Rather, the trustee, under the Bankruptcy Code, manages the estate assets. But nonetheless, courts have continued to make in pari delicto a defense against an action by a trustee. And as I said, it has killed off many, many good lawsuits that a bankruptcy trustee would have against a third party. Now, it seems to me that because in pari delicto was a doctrine adopted by courts, not by legislatures, not by Congress, it strikes me that courts also should have the ability to modify in pari delicto and make it no longer applicable to bankruptcy trustees. And by the way, a long time ago, federal courts held that a federal equity receiver, get this, a receiver is not subject to in pari delicto. So in other words, you can have a situation where you have exactly the same facts. A receiver in federal court is not subject to in pari delicto and can bring a lawsuit. But as I said, a bankruptcy trustee under exactly the same circumstances cannot sue. I mention this because the Fourth Circuit, in a decision I am reporting today, rejected an across-the-board attempt to make in pari delicto no longer applicable to bankruptcy trustees. Well, I'm thinking that maybe courts, with due respect to the Fourth Circuit, ought to rethink whether this is the right result in bankruptcy cases. And if courts won't take on the responsibility themselves, it seems to me that Congress should sometime, maybe in a technical amendment to the Bankruptcy Code, stick in something that makes in pari delicto no longer a defense that may be asserted against bankruptcy trustees. I am Bill Rochelle, Editor-at-Large for American Bankruptcy Institute. I will return same time next week with something interesting from the world of bankruptcy. Until then, be well, stay safe, and good day.